Today, I'm answering your questions, but I'm not doing it alone. I'm gonna do it with a friend, a companion, a compadre. I mentioned him in my last video, and so now you get to meet him. There he is. This is Addison.
Hello everyone.
It's my best friend.
What are we doing today?
We are answering questions.
Okay. From what?
So I asked questions for Valentine's Day. So first question is, what is the best Valentine's gift to receive?
Whew. Best Valentine's gift to receive? That's a good question. I don't know.
I'll do you one better.
Okay.
Should Valentine's Day gifts be specific to Valentine's Day, or should you just think of them as a gift to your significant other?
Whew, that's a great question. I think Valentine's Day is obviously like day to spend with the person that you love most, you know, that you're in a relationship with, primarily romantically. So I think to answer your question, probably getting them a gift that's centered around your guys' relationship, or a symbol of the relationship. So best gift you could give them, at least from my experience, because I know Ariel, my wife, she just really likes quality time. Yeah, pretty much it.
Quality time?
Yeah.
So if you were continually, because the typical gift is like flowers, chocolate, that kind of stuff, like year in and year out, does that get old as a gift to give?
Yeah, I think it is. I think like nowadays you can kind of see it as like chocolates and stuff like that. It's just kind of like, it's kind of like typical. I think maybe like in the beginning of a relationship you could get away with it, but I think if you really want to give like a gift that's like more thought-provoking, or like you really mean it, it would be something that fits their personality or like what they like.
Yeah.
So
I feel like if I were to receive one, it would be, because I like going on adventures and stuff, so it would be like a trip, like on a hike or something like that. Like not just like a physical gift, but kind of like quality time as well. But it's just the two of you.
Yeah.
Going, you know.
Yeah.
How many Valentines have you had in your life?
What does that mean?
Like how many people have you asked to be your Valentine?
I've never done that.
Well, I guess you've only had the one.
Yeah, well, just one.
Yeah. See, sometimes it just works.
My mom, honestly, probably. Wait. Do you ask people, will you be my Valentine? I've never done that.
Really?
Never.
People do that.
Really?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know. No, actually, they're like, it's because people ask you like, do you have a Valentine?
Yeah. But I guess it's just another word for like, I don't know.
Well, because I feel like a lot of people use this day to ask someone out.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if I agree with that. Like, why would you wait for this day? You know, but I mean, like,
I guess it's kind of like the excuse of like, like New Year's resolution.
Right.
Let's use it as.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
But who follows through with that?
No one.
I mean,
if you're serious about something, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, like you gotta. Because I was actually talking to a kid, and he was like, "Oh, I think I'm gonna ask her out on Valentine's Day." And I was like, "Why don't you just ask her out now?"
Yeah.
Like even though it's 3 days before, like just if you like her, just do it now, right?
Yeah. I guess it works both ways, because there's some type of, it's kind of the same thing for your birthday. It's like, why are we going out on this day? It's like, well, it's in celebration of your birth, or it's in celebration of this day as a whole, that history, all of history has recognized this day as something. You know what I noticed for the past like couple minutes is that we've been doing the same. We first started here, and then now we're here.
It's you know,
it just happened.
We're just connected.
Yeah.
Next question.
Okay.
And yes, Abby, I still have your notes. I have all of your notes still. Who's your Valentine? Jesus. I guess you already said who yours is.
Yours is Jesus?
Yeah, mine's Jesus.
Mine is Solo.
Alright.
Okay.
We're gonna answer that like 3 more times, okay?
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Do you have Valentine this year?
No.
No, I don't either.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I do.
Oh, who is it?
I do. You.
Oh, what?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
No.
You wanna be my Valentine? What's the point of love?
Whoa.
It's got deep there.
The point of it? What is the point? Who asked that?
My cousin.
Wow. The point of love? Well, it really depends on what you believe in.
That's true.
We can get that deep.
Well, it also depends what kind of love are you talking about. Are we talking specifically romantic love? We're talking like love of food, family love, friend love.
Oh, I think like a really nice blanket statement of love is like basically acting like selflessly.
Yeah,
like not expecting anything in return. That's what love is. And that can be expressed in so many different things. It can be expressed to a friend, to a family member, to someone you're romantically like involved with, you know. So it's just it really depends on the person you're talking about, but I think the point of it, to answer the question, is, at least for me, and what I believe in, is to like obviously just bring more glory to God.
But yeah, because if we're looking at it Christian perspective, that's why we're here. Yeah, it's the greatest commandment. Yeah, it's good. Selfless. Well, I guess that kind of answers the next question: is love something we all need? I think. Well,
that's actually a really good question, because fundamentally, I think it can be interpreted in so many ways. Because love can be interpreted as so many different things, as like kindness. You can express love through like controlling yourself, your emotions. You can express love through your actions. So many different ways, but I think a lot of people more of on like a traditional sense of love. I think everyone actually does need some type of kindness, because without it, I think it's actually not like physically healthy for you. Yeah. But I think spiritually, I think we all do need it to survive.
I think also like if we look at it from the point of view like love is a choice. Yeah. Because it is a choice, right? Yeah. Like me and you, like when we first met, we never would have thought we'd have been here today, you know? Like 6-7 years later, but we choose to go throughout life together and like do all these things for each other. But
you need it on so many different levels, like physically, emotionally, and spiritually. You need it on all levels. I think in the sense of like the word need, like you could go without it, but it's going to be like a really big detriment.
I even think, again, like we're talking spiritually, you can't even go without it.
Yeah, you can.
Because even if, like, let's say no one loves you on the road, God still loves you. And so, like, I feel like you still need it. Yeah. In that sense.
That's true.
Another good one. Do women really need men?
Do women really need them? It really depends. I think that yes and no. Yes, because I think that, from my perspective, like as a Christian, I think that women, there's a book that I'm reading, it's called Meaning for Marriage, and it kind of explained it like the whole world is basically held together, like literally, by positive and negative like attractions. So like atoms. Yeah. Like literally everything that we touch, wear, see, and are is held together by positive and negative attraction. And so I think that when God made everything, He had that in mind. And men and women are opposite emotionally, and it's really hard. But I think if you invest time and effort into the relationship, then yes, I think that you are supposed to be together. But does a woman need a man? No. To like have a healthy relationship, even with God? No, she doesn't have to have a man, no. So that's kind of on both spectrums. Like no one, even if for a man or woman, you don't need to have one or the other. You don't need to. It's not a requirement. I think it depends on the person. It could be harder for the person to go without someone. It could be easier. It just really depends on who you are. What do you think?
Well, because if you really break down the word need,
that's what I'm saying.
We need water, we need food, we need oxygen, but you don't need. Yeah. Like, and it goes for both men and women. Like, women don't need men and men don't need women. Yeah. I think as a society, we do need to coexist. Yeah. But in terms of like relationally.
Yeah, relationally, we don't have to. But I think that's for so many years, majority of people are attracted to each other. Not just man and woman, but just people in general. We're attracted to each other. We're attracted to communication, just relationships, friendships. And so it's easier for us to coexist, even though at some points it's going to be harder. It's just the way that we were made.
Yeah. Is there a right time to get married or have kids? I would say no.
No, there's not a right time. I think, again, in the book that I'm reading, it's called Meaning for Marriage, there's a part in it where it says if you're like around 23 to 25, you have a stable job, which is identified as pretty much like national average for making money for a single person, and you like finish your high school degree, even if you're going on to like associates or bachelor's, statistically, based off of people who divorce, they said that life it's easier if you approach a marriage or a relationship, like a serious relationship, if you marry at that age, because things are a lot more, there's not as many, which makes sense, because there's like when you're early that on in life, there's a lot of unstable factors. One primarily being finances, so that's really unstable.
Yeah.
One being education, and two being what you have decided your purpose is in life. And if you have, by that age, he was just kind of saying most of those, you have those figured out. So once you have those settled, then you can move on to relationships.
Yeah.
But there's not necessarily a right time now.
Right. That definitely makes sense. I feel like if you are consistently in change, like how I am right now, like jobs are changing, like I'm moving out, like I don't have a permanent place. And that, I mean, not saying it's impossible to have a girlfriend, but it definitely makes it harder, like time-wise and all that other stuff, to be able to actually pour into the relationship. But like we're like the same age, and you're married over a year now, and I'm single, so I don't think there's a right time for that.
No.
Why is there such a societal push to couple up? Is it even necessary? So it kind of goes to the last question.
Similar to what we said before, I think, do we need to? No. But why, to answer your question, why is there a push? I think that, and it really, again, depends, kind of reiterating the same thing, it really depends on what you believe in, but even if you don't believe that there is a God, or you don't believe necessarily in Christianity, among a lot of cultures, there tends to be, among a lot of belief systems, some type of trust or relationship between two people that is at the core of a lot of different like religions or belief systems. So specifically for like Christianity, there's a relationship between like the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit.
Right.
There's always a relationship there. And even in like a lot of other, and again, I'm not really too familiar with a lot of other belief systems, but a lot of other belief systems, there's usually two different entities that have a dynamic between each other. So I think that the concept of relationship has always just been there. You know what I mean? It's never going to go away. And so I think, to answer the question, relationship has always been there. It's just a natural thing to do. I think it's not necessarily a natural thing, like to couple up. Yeah, I think it's just a natural thing. Like even as friends, like you and I,
right,
or anyone else that you're friends with, it's just something that people seek. What do you think?
Yeah, in terms of just like strict relationally, like not even talking romantically, like we don't want to be alone as a society, and whether that's like ingrown or if that's society's push, we don't know. But at the end of the day, whatever society pushes, we're going to conform to, because it's the society that we live in. And I mean, obviously depending what it is, but if majority of society is doing it, that's what our worldview is, and so that's what we're going to fall into.
Yeah, I think even sometimes, because I know sometimes in my life I've been in a state where I actually don't desire being with anyone else. I actually want to be alone. And I think when you're in that state, you're in that mindset, it's usually not coming from a healthy source, from my experience. Either, and I've never really been, I'd probably never say I've been like depressed, but sometimes just certain stages in life, you just feel a little bit more down than others. And sometimes you're like, I prefer being alone, which is not a bad thing, but I think that there's usually something out of balance that needs to be fixed in order for you to come back. Because like I said, I mean, in the Bible it says that we're meant to be a part of the body. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And anything that's outside is pretty much dead. And so it's kind of a blunt way to put it, but it's kind of similar. Like you can be alone, but I think that eventually you should try to find your way back.
Yeah, because that sense of community is important.
Definitely.
Yeah. You got a boo for Valentine's Day?
Oh, God. Sure. What about you?
I don't know.
Alright.
Interesting.
Next one.
If you got a boo,
Yeah.
how is it?
How is it? How is it?
Not she.
Not he or her.
Or her. How is it?
How is it? It is well. It's going well.
Is Valentine's Day overrated?
Yeah, it can be. I think so. Sure. Let's just say it. Yeah.
I feel like it can't, because it's something that comes every year. And again, there's that pressure of, man, I gotta have a Valentine's, or you gotta have somebody for this. But you don't.
No, you don't have to.
I would say it's overrated. The other thing too is, and kind of what you talked about in the beginning, is it's got that romantic thing surrounding it.
Yeah.
But shouldn't we be bringing that to the rest of our relationship throughout the year? Like, why should that much romanticism come in just once a year, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
And I would say there should be a little bit more to Valentine's Day because it has that agenda. But I feel like if you're in a relationship and you're not bringing that the rest of the year, then something's wrong.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree.
Like a calendar date shouldn't tell you, oh, you need to go on a really romantic date.
Right. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that aspect.
Are you ready for this one?
Uh-huh.
You have a Valentine?
It's a new one.
It is a new one. And I don't know how to answer that one. That one's tough.
Yeah. Let's come back around.
Okay. Who knows you best? Honestly, probably you do. And the only reason I say that is because we've been through literally everything.
Yeah. Who knows me best? I would have to say Ariel.
Yeah, that makes most sense.
I'd have to.
Yeah, it makes sense.
She knows, I would say, down from like just the worst things
Mm-hmm.
to the best things.
Yeah.
She knows everything.
You've known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
What does it mean to be a thing?
Oh gosh, dude. Okay, so Ariel and I were talking about this last night, and here's the thing, is that I don't really know, to be a thing, here's my interpretation, is that there's a difference between really calling yourself a thing than a couple, but when you call yourself a thing, it's just kind of like, a thing to me is like, oh, you and someone else are kind of like flirting around, like everyone else kind of knows, right, that you guys maybe like each other, interested in each other. Mm-hmm. That's kind of a thing, I guess. But a couple is more of like established. It's a lot different.
Right.
But that's just I don't know.
It's such a strange thing because I feel like if you're calling yourself a thing,
what does that mean though? Oh, what you're saying like, oh, we're a thing?
Yeah.
I think that might be just a weak way of being like it might be just an uncommitted way of being
I was
like,
just gonna
we're
say,
committed.
like if you're,
But you don't want to commit. Yeah.
because I feel like there might be, and I don't think I would ever say I was a thing with anyone, but there might be a small window of time where you can say that and it's appropriate, where you get to know each other. But really, I would call it dating.
Yeah.
Because you should be going on dates to get to know each other.
Yeah.
But I feel like dating now has become this like super constricted thing. Like if you say you're dating somebody, then you're like stuck.
Like you're locked in.
But I feel like those first few dates, you gotta figure them out. You gotta, get to know them a little bit. And if it doesn't work out.
Yeah. And here's something that Ariel was actually saying. People say, oh, I'm dating someone. Dating usually, I don't know, dating, what do you think? Does dating mean like, oh, are you and them and you and that other person are a thing? Or do you think dating means like you're just dating around a bunch of people?
I feel like me personally, if I were to say that I was dating somebody, if it's like the first couple dates, then it's probably dating around, which sounds bad. Because I feel like that's just like the societal thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like if I want to let people know that it's official, then I'm gonna tell them like this is my girlfriend versus we're dating.
Yeah.
You know, because dating should be, because let's say you're meeting as someone that you never met before,
Okay.
You should be going on those first few dates,
Yeah.
getting to know them, and like not hooking up with them
Yeah.
after the date. You know, like.
Well, here's another question: if you go on a date with someone, this is what we were talking about. If you're on a date with someone, are you dating that person?
Technically, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you go on a second date with them, you're dating.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you're like locked in.
Yeah, some people think like, oh, if I just go on one date, that doesn't mean I'm dating them. Because, again, it kind of goes back to the whole like, oh, I'm not committed to them. I'm just like trying them out. But technically, that's why they call it dating.
Yeah.
Because you're
trying it out.
dating. Yes, you're trying them out. But some people it has that connotation of like, oh, it's too committed. Because people are like, it kind of goes from like a thing to a date to dating to, and then some people go like a couple. They won't even say like boyfriend, girlfriend. They're just known as these two people that are together.
Right. Yeah.
And then it goes boyfriend, girlfriend. And so that's like official. But there's too many steps. It's all pretty much the same thing. It's either there's a period of dating, like you're a thing, you're trying each other out, and then there's pretty much a period of you gotta kind of commit whether you guys are gonna be a couple or boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yeah. Well, and when you're dating someone, it should be for the goal of marriage.
It should be, but yeah,
but it also shouldn't be an overbearing thing of like, oh, I have to marry you. Like,
yeah, no.
Don't.
Yeah, it's just because, like I said, there's the trial period of just being like, I gotta get to know this person before I can even consider you as,
I mean, I think saying a thing I wouldn't consider it, like, I feel like if you say you're a thing, then you're not committed. Like, you're too scared to, like, name it something else. Like, just call it what it is. Or don't call it anything, you know?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just messing around.
Yeah. It's kind of I agree. You're just messing around. It's just something that you can, it's kind of like, you know, you're halfway in the water.
Yeah. Well, and the other dangerous part, too, is, like, some people will be a thing because they're lonely. Or they want to lead someone on or whatever to make them feel better, which is bad.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day, enjoy it if you have somebody. If you don't, that's fine. Like, I don't have a Valentine's. Today's just another day. I don't think, I think there's a lot of, I feel like there's a lot of pressure to have a Valentine, but I feel like if you're like pushing for someone to be your Valentine, then you're pushing that relationship and it's not gonna work out. Or even if it's just like this one day thing, then what's the point? You know?
Yeah, I think it can be used as an excuse. It could be used, it could be used positively. It could be used negatively. It really depends. It could be used as kind of a launching pad of sorts to maybe start a healthy relationship, but it could also be used as a crutch to kind of get what you want out of someone. So it can really be made whatever you want it to be.
Because it's definitely possible to start a relationship, a healthy relationship on Valentine's Day.
It's totally possible.
Yeah. I mean, people also call it Single Awareness Day.
What?
Yeah. You know that?
Wow.
Yeah, people call it Single Awareness Day. Because, you know, everyone is on social media posting about this and that. But,
yeah.
I mean, go hang out with your friends. Or stay home, watch a video. Watch the rest of my videos if you're bored. There's enough of them there. The reason I wanted to have you answer these questions with me is because we are in two different relationship status.
Yeah, two different
statuses.
Yeah.
So he's been married for over a year now,
Mm-hmm.
and I am single. But I'm happy. Like, I'm not like, oh man, I need somebody. I've learned to be happy in singleness, and obviously there's times of loneliness, but it's a process. Like, when you're with someone, there's gonna be times where you want to be single, so it's back and forth. But thank you for watching this video. Ooh, wow. So I always say this, but no one ever does it. But comment if you have any video ideas, if you have any other questions. Let me know. And so down there in the comments, let us know if you have any questions. If you have any answers to, or you want to like start a conversation, or you didn't agree with what we said, know that we come, like we don't have the answers to everything, but we're coming from a Christian perspective because that's who we are, that's how we think, that's what we believe. And if you don't like it, that's okay. We still love you. But if you want to have a conversation,
yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah, down there in the comments.
We can do it.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe, like, comment, share it.
Share it.
And if you're watching this, you're not subscribed,
can you do the outro? You should flat to the camera. Ready?
Yeah.